Welcome back, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here, and let's continue the NFL football talk on the field first, or a big picture thing. Patriots in the AFC, it looks like they're the clear number one seed. Chiefs losing at home to the Titans. Broncos had lost to the Titans before. Raiders now up there, but they had lost to the Chiefs. It's getting to be a jumbled mess, but the Patriots clearly head and shoulders. If I told you right now, I'd give you the Patriots or the entire AFC to get to the Super Bowl. Which side are you taking? Do you think the clear favorites?
I really think they are. I mean, this season, really the one of the two losses they suffered this year was with Jacoby Brissett,
right?
Without Tom Brady. And then the other one, the Seahawks had to play basically a flawless game to beat them. So I really think the Pats can and will beat anyone in the AFC. I think they are the clear-cut number one favorite.
And it's not even as if the Patriots are this super team. They clearly have their flaws. Their secondary, some of the stuff going on the defensive, offensive line isn't perfect, but they're getting better. But it just seems like the rest of the NFL just isn't that good this year. I mean, maybe the NFC, maybe Cowboys, Seahawks beat them like you said, but the AFC just kind of seems like a jumbled mess.
Yeah, it's pretty, wide open, and I think, that's exactly what the Pats kind of wanted.
Right.
They wanted to be the team, and, they've really been the number one team for year after year after year. So they've been here before. They've been in this situation. I think they really are the team to beat. They're my favorite to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think so. Once you get into the NFC and you're talking about Cowboys, Seahawks, maybe a little bit tighter. But really, the AFC, like I said, is just not that good. And it's not a knock against the Patriots.
Right.
It's just, hey, whatever. We'll take an easy road to the championship.
Yeah, there's definitely a number of teams who I think should be better, but they've had a lot of flaws, a lot of injuries. And it's just really paved the way.
Wide open,
Pats,
exactly.
Right, yeah.
So getting into the offseason quickly, Garappolo, do you think the Patriots keep him around, or do you think it's like Brady's saying he's going to be here for so long it's not worth keeping him around? And if he goes, where does he go?
Right, and I think Brady's going to be playing for four or five more seasons, absolutely. And I think it would be a waste to keep Jimmy on the sideline. And I'm sure they can get a big return for him.
Right.
To the rest of the league, if you can thrive in the Pats organization as a player, that means so much to so many other coaches and just to the league in general. So to me, I think it would be smart to trade him. Yep. He is a very good quarterback and a very good backup. He looked very good when he was healthy at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So, it's tough to say, and it's also Brady getting older. Maybe he will be more injury prone. I think he's done a good job dealing with that as he's aged, but I think it probably would be smart.
Yeah, maybe I don't know if the Browns would give him one of their top 10 picks or whatever they're going to have. They'll have the number one pick, most likely, unless they get a couple wins in a hurry, and they'll have the Eagles pick, which would be a pretty decent pick. So you wonder if maybe a top pick might go the Patriots' way. And Belichick, you know what he likes, hoarding those draft picks.
Yeah, absolutely. And, he's really gone the defensive route in the last few years in the draft. So I think it probably would be smart to trade him, get a first-round pick, and try to sort of strengthen another part of their team that's lacking. Because quarterback is definitely not a problem.
An issue. No, that's not an issue. Let's go over to the baseball diamond as we kind of transition. And Red Sox making a big move. Clay Buchholz getting traded for Josh Tobias, a single-A prospect, I guess you can call it. Good thing, bad thing. Obviously, they're just dumping Buchholz's salary, but what do you think about this move?
Well, before this move, they had 7 starters, 7 pretty solid starters. Obviously 3 of them are very solid, but they had 7 starters. I think during the year, they are absolutely going to need a 6th starter to come in. One of the 5 starters will absolutely get injured. And Clay has kind of been a mixed bag. He's
really up and downs.
Yeah, he's really been either an all-star pitcher or the exact opposite, just terrible. But he was getting $13.5 million a year, which isn't that much for a decent major league starter. $13 million and a half, that's still a lot of money. But in the majors, it's really not that much.
Yeah.
But with these 7 starters, they couldn't be paying that to the backup starter. If he was going to be the 7th, maybe he would be the 6th. But, I think this was probably a good move. It's really a salary dump.
Yeah.
I think Tobias, he might max out in AA, maybe AAA. But for the most part, he's really not going to make an impact in the majors. But I think it was a good move, getting that $13.5 million off their payroll, and then they can use that later on, maybe before the trade deadline, to get sign someone to kind of solidify.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that on the other side of the break, maybe what they could do with that $13.5 million if they're all done with their off-season moves. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.